Alright, types of angles. I'm hoping that angles and types of angles is a bit of a revision for you, but I did think that I'd just recap it in case you get a bit confused about the different types of angles. Now, first up, what is an angle? Well, two straight lines that share an end point, we call this end point a vertex, they create an angle. So the space between the lines is called the angle. Okay, so the point where they meet is called the vertex, the space between the lines is called the angle. Now this angle size can obviously change depending on where this line is coming in. Now we measure angles in degrees, and we use the little circle, let's say 20, we'll use the little circle to show the degrees. The other thing I just wanted to tell you is, especially at your grade level, we can name angles. So if I've got these, now these are not very straight lines, but that's alright. If this is called A, B, C, then the name of this angle is called angle ABC. So that's this point here. The place that's right next to the angle, you see the letter that's right next to the angle, that always has to be in the middle. Okay, the middle letter tells us the part where the angle sits. So that's just handy for you to remember and to know. Alright, let's dive into the types of angles. So first up, we have acute angles, which of course are really tiny and cute. Okay, acute angles are small angles, and they're measured in between the two lines. And an acute angle is anything that is more than 0 degrees but less than 90 degrees. Okay, all of these angles here, they are acute angles, and of course I always like to think of them as tiny little cute angles. So let's look, which of the following are acute angles? So we're going to get anything that's bigger than 0 but smaller than 90. So this is larger than 90. Oh, I wanted black. This is 90, so that's not smaller than 90, so that's not good. 25, yes, that's bigger than 0 but smaller than 90. 105, no. 30, yes. 135, no, that's bigger than 90. And 85, perfect. So those are my acute angles. Next, I've got right angles. Right angles have a nice special box that we can see in the corner that help us to identify it. And a right angle is always 90 degrees. Shh. So, we can look for the box. So the box makes it really easy, but it's always going to be exactly 90. So 105, not 90. 90, yes. 180, nope, that's not 90. That's 90. That's not 90. That's not 90. That's 90. So right angles are really easy to identify because we have to look for exactly 90 degrees. Next, obtuse angles. I like this little joke. Why was the obtuse angle hot? Because it was over 90 degrees. So obtuse angles are larger than right angles. They're more than 90 degrees, but less than 180. So all of these are obtuse angles. So more than 90, but less than 180. So this is not more than 90, so that's not. B is more than 90, yes. C is not more than 90. D is more than 90, but it's not less than 180, so that is not an obtuse angle. E is an obtuse angle because it's more than 90 but less than 180. F is 180, so that's not less, so that's not an obtuse angle. And then 95, it is because it's bigger than 90. Next up, we have straight angles. So straight angles look like a straight line. And a straight angle is 180 degrees. So again, really easy to identify because they have to be 180 degrees. So that's not 180, that's not 180. Oh, there's 180. There's 180. 180. Not 180, not 180. Straight angles are also really easy to remember because they're straight and they're set on a straight line. Next we have reflex. Now reflex is like it's flexing all the way back. So it's more than 180, but less than all the way around, so not 360. So let's have a look. This one is more than 180. This one is 180, so it's not a reflex. This is larger than 180. 30 is smaller than 180. 90 is smaller than 180. 160, that's an obtuse angle, not a reflex. 257, that's larger than 180, that's a reflex. Last one we have is a revolution, and a revolution goes all the way around. It occurs when a line changes its direction, so it's always at the end of a line. Okay, it's not in the middle of a line, it's at the end. And it's a 360, it's all the way around. Again, really easy to identify because it has to be 360. So that's 360, that's not, that's not, that is, that's not, that's not, that's not. So I hope this has helped you to figure out what the different angles are. We've got acute, less than 90. Right angle, exactly 90. Obtuse is between 90 and 180. Straight, exactly 180. Reflex, between 180 and 360. And a revolution is exactly 360. Those are all the different types of angles. Here is a picture of my puppies on the very first time they ate. And look, back then, Waffles used to sit down to eat.